Good morning, everyone. Very nice to see all of you. A lot of familiar faces, friends, but also new faces. So for all of those of you that are new and are exploring the world of Starknet for the first time, welcome and look forward to working with you in the coming months and years, hopefully. So let's start. Today I'm going to be talking about the Starknet Foundation. So I'm going to be sharing with you first a little bit of history, and then share our goals, objectives, some of the milestones we've achieved so far, some of the plans ahead, and share some success stories as well from our community. So starting with a little bit of history, to give you a bit of background, the foundation was founded in November last year, so it's a young organization. It was seeded with 5.1 billion tokens to enable the operation and help us achieve our goals of the foundation and as a result of the community. And is overseen by 7 board members. We have Andrew, that is the former deputy CTO of the United States, also former vice president and policy officer of ICANN. We also have Heather Meeker, that is an award-winning lawyer, expert in open source software. I believe she's with us today. We also have Professor Shubhangi Saraf. She's a mathematician, computer scientist. That was one of the core contributors of Stark Proofs. We have as well Eric Wall, that I believe he's with us as well today. He's a thought leader in terms of blockchain, broadly speaking, doing great work to improve Bitcoin, and now also helping us a lot to how to, like with his crypto thoughtful thinking, improve Starknet as well. We have also Tomáš, who is the founder of Nethermind, is one of the largest core contributors of Ethereum and also one of the largest core contributors of Starknet with us. And we have Uri, that Joe spoke before, co-founder, CEO of Starknet, also serial entrepreneur, has done multiple successful ventures, and Eli Ben-Sasson, co-founder, president of Starkware, and also co-inventor of Stark, Fry, Zero Cash Protocol, and chief scientist of Zcash as well. So that forms our board. And then myself, I joined as a CEO just about 5 months ago. And my role is to do my best to build the team of the foundation and achieve the goals of the foundation, which I'll get to next. So first, our main objectives. Objective number 1 is growth and decentralization. So what does this mean? Is mainly our team is focusing a lot in bringing as many developers, teams, companies to build on Starknet, everything from tooling, infrastructure, libraries, but also applications that can be solving important problems for users and delivering a lot of value to users. So our goal is to bring people to build on our ecosystem, and also within that, as we expand the number of teams working on Starknet, we contribute then to the second part of that same objective, which is decentralization. The more developers we have, the more teams and companies we have building on Starknet, then we have much more resilience, less dependency on a few players, more security, we're more censorship resistant, et cetera, et cetera. So all the beauties of blockchain and decentralization comes by growth as well, and that's what we're aiming for. Now, how are we doing this? We have a developer advocacy team that is helping with important missions, which is education. So everything around awareness and also education of Cairo, Starknet. That means workshops, that means boot camps, that means base camp actually. It's called that we just had the last couple of days, a great one here, in Palo Alto. They also organize meetups and effectively trying to onboard engineers that are actually already Web3 engineers elsewhere, or Web2 engineers that are excited about what they could do on Starknet. So that onboarding process. Then also part of that work is once they are onboarded, we help our team helps them connect with existing projects, tasks to be built, contributions to be made, and even connect them to existing teams to see how they can contribute to other companies already building on Starknet. Another effort within this area is more around business development, in the sense that we go and try to recruit also larger companies that can be dev shops or companies just being contributors in doing a lot of work, which could be teams of 100, 200, or also 50 very talented engineers, and we try to bring them on board as part of our ecosystem. So that's also what we're working on there, and within that effort towards growth, it's events like this one. So Starknet Summit is one of the things that we believe is very important to bring people together and to tackle the goals I mentioned before around education, getting you to know some of the OGs in our ecosystem that can explain how they've built here. They can share their experiences and just connect great people with other new great people. And we think that these live events in person are also critical for our growth and decentralization. So objective number 2 is around culture and community. So as we build our ecosystem and become a larger and larger team of teams, we think that it is fundamental that we are aligned via a vision and a joint mission that we share with values, principles of what do we want to achieve as a big team. And this is fundamental because we will have, and we already have, companies in multiple verticals. It could be DeFi, it could be gaming, it could be pure infrastructure. There's many types of teams and things you can build on Starknet, and with different business models, sometimes competing, etc., etc. And we need to make sure that we have that alignment for us to be successful as a group. And I think on this one, what the role of the foundation is figure out a way to facilitate those conversations, that process in which we can align ourselves to a common vision and mission and a way to work together. And I think that's going to be fundamental for us as a team of teams to be successful in the long term. It's also important to create within this culture a place where we trust each other, we are able to work together, we are able to debate passionately, disagree agreeably, that we have constructive debates and discussions, and even fiery ones, but that ultimately we are aligned with the same North Star. We make decisions, we move forward together. And I think that is a big effort that we have to do jointly, but that definitely as foundation, we need to help facilitate that to make this happen. And linked to that, very important, we have governance and delivery. So I think one of the biggest challenges we'll have long-term for many years to come is how do we manage to make decisions together? How do we prioritize roadmap? What features come first or others? How do we make difficult choices in terms of should we prioritize sometimes some speed or some with some security risks? So they're going to be very difficult decisions, and we need to understand altogether how decisions are being made, how people can participate in the process, how we build different committees of experts in every area to make sure that we are the connector of dots or connector of brains, so we get the best people in our ecosystem to guide us through difficult decision making in their areas of expertise. And for us to facilitate that is important, and also not only to get to the best answers, but also to be able to have a process where we can communicate, discuss, where everyone feels relevant and that has the chance to participate. And again, this is an effort to keep us together and trusting the process and trusting that things are being done for the well of everyone. And on that is linked to delivery. So one thing that is going to be a challenge for us is being a distribution of teams that is decentralized and sort of interdependent but not directly dependent. Then it means that if we don't get this right, we could falter at delivery. And we have to be able to have a process of decision making where we still deliver at pace. So if we really want to bring to life what we think blockchain can be to the world, then we need to be able to deliver, innovate with pace, speed, and that's going to be a tricky challenge for all of us. So governance and delivery is another big objective for us at the foundation. So a bit of a look forward. So in the next coming months, we're going to be focusing on developer and ecosystem partnerships. We're going to be focusing as well in resource expansion for the foundation and community support. What does that mean? Well, first, a couple of months ago at Paris ETC, I shared that in the first part of the year, we now have, we've jointly done work to bring on board more than 550 developers to Starknet. We've incorporated over 70 projects to Starknet, and we've also closed now had closed more than 45 developer partnerships by then. So now, 2 months later, now we have closed 13 more developer partnerships in several different verticals, and which is bringing now, in the last couple of months, an additional 150 mainly developers, but also community builders and so on to the network. And this is part of that growth effort that I was talking about. And just to go a little bit deeper in terms of what a developer partnership is, in particular, is we have teams, sometimes small, sometimes quite large teams, that send us proposals to build certain infrastructure, tooling, libraries, or things for Starknet, and then we assess them, and based on that, we think we have three main criteria. One of them is what's the impact, the importance, relevance for this infrastructure or this tooling for the community, for instance, how valuable it is, how many will use this, how critical it is for them to be able to do their work. Number two is what's the path for profitability, so is it a public good, open source infrastructure that it's going to be very hard to have a business model that sort of pays for all the effort to build that, and we want to intervene there and sort of close that gap. If we need critical things to be built, then we give developer partnership, which includes token grants for them to then be able to dedicate the effort and resources to build those things. And last but not least is, they are normally people applying, is that they have built something already on Starknet, they are known to our community, and they're just increasing their contribution. So we need to make sure that they're really passionate about, they're aligned with our vision, they're participating in our community, or are well known in other communities that we value. For example, they're core contributors in Ethereum, or they've done great work elsewhere, that they have that background track record that we know that they're really committed to our mission. Broadly speaking, obviously, that also around innovation and complexity of what they're building, we take that into account as well. And that's how we arrive to a developer partnership. So I highlight this in case some of you are thinking of that, and our teams that can contribute to Starknet. This is the process on this. And then highlighting some of the partnerships that we've closed in the last couple of months. We have very exciting news of a partnership, ecosystem partnership we did with Argent. Really exciting. I'm not going to share that now because Itamar and Arjun are sharing that just after me, so I'll let him have all the glory, but we're very excited about that. I'm very excited about partnership we have with Dojo. They're building really cool and critical infrastructure for the gaming vertical, and I think that's going to be very important for our ecosystem, so very, very happy with that. Very strong team of OGs as well of Starknet, which is really nice to see. And then we have many others, Herodotus, the storage proofs. Andrew Milson, very impressive work with Sandstorm. He sort of built a prover from scratch pretty much, and practically on his own. I mean, it's just extremely talented and a great contribution to Starknet. So very, very happy to be part of that incredible journey, and very much looking forward to what he's going to be doing next with us. And other partnerships, Ingoyama is acceleration of hardware to improve, very exciting for us, and others that also Space Shard, Nethermind, they've been with us before, and now we're expanding those for another 4 years and expanding their work. They're very important contributors. Nethermind is already a large team, doubling down, key partner for us, so very, very happy that we reach another agreement now, and we're expanding this. And as I said, this is just a taste of some of the ones we got on board, and it's bringing more than 150 developers to the ecosystem. So very, very happy and proud to have these partnerships now working for us. So resource expansion, the foundation, as I said, we're a small team. So at the moment, this is our team. So we have Sue heading finance operations, Henri and the developer advocacy team that join us. I announced this in Paris, but they effectively join us just now, which we're very excited about. And then we have Also, Jonathan and Damien that have been working with us for a few months already, more like part-time, but they're now full-time, which are very excited and already doing great contributions in Jonathan leading project management, and Damien, our growth lead, helping with, well, all of us are using multiple hats, but that's the current team. Most of us are here, so if you have any questions or want to chat with them, please catch up with us. Then, just to give you, in terms of resource expansion, we're hiring people. Obviously, the demand, how we need to support you is there's a lot to do, but we're hiring in all these areas. So, if any of you are interested or know people in these areas, then please do reach out to Kim. She's heading our recruitment. She's also around here, and we'll be happy to introduce you to her. Otherwise, kim@starknet.org. Now, moving on quickly to community support. I spoke in Paris about this effort we were looking into to compensate the great efforts and great results from our early members of the community. And we have a new program that is going to be centered on community builders and non-technical contributors. So many of those non-engineers that are still making great contributions to our ecosystem, and developers that fell outside of the early adopter grant program we have, or other programs we have. There's still some engineers that for whatever reason didn't quite get that recognition that they deserve. So we're creating this early community members program, and we're going to be starting and assigning 50 million STAR tokens to these members, and we're going to be having an application process based on the following criteria. Similarly, similar criteria, which is about the reach of impact of the project they've built historically, the importance of it, how relevant it is to the community, the effort it has taken from them to their contribution, and the originality or innovation around that. So there will be an application process where people then can, share their work that will be evaluated, and then they will be, if they're successful, then receiving a grant from this allocation we have. And again, this is an effort. We listen to the community, we hear their feedback, and we're always trying to address, again, be fair and make sure that we give their fair recognition to all the great contributors we have. So this is now, well, in place. There's going to be a more official post coming soon about this with more details of the application process, the evaluation process, and so forth. So more on this, but just wanted to at least share that we're almost ready to go with that, and it's going to be, I think, an exciting program and useful program for everyone. So very happy to share those news. And speaking of community, I want to highlight one, I think, really impressive thing that happened this past week. That, as you know, we had a big breakthrough in terms of the performance of our network. We had a very important upgrade during the Paris week with an upgrade of the protocol called that we named Quantum Leap that has improved the transaction per second, the performance overall, the throughput in our network quite significantly. And the community themselves organized a way to celebrate it and made an initiative about minting an NFT to celebrate this success, and there was amazing coordination and work to showcase that. And I mean, if we can just play a video, I just made we have a short video to show just how the coordination of all the different teams, all the members. That's a video that was talking about this, and you can see, if you look at the feed, it was just everywhere. Everyone just really helping each other, interacting, the excitement, the energy around this was just incredible. And unfortunately here we were shooting for the stars, but we had so much demand that we had a bottleneck and didn't quite get to where we wanted, so we had to stop the initiative, and we saw some flaws that we have to fix, which is unfortunate. But I really want to highlight one thing, that for me, that what was the most powerful thing to see is the community and how everyone got together. It was their own initiative. They just coordinated the creative, the steps, everything was done by the community, and the energy, it was fun. Everyone was it was really amazing. It didn't work out, and that's fine. When you aim high, you always have to have shortcomings and get better every time. But one thing that stays is the community. So I really want to highlight those. First, say thank you to everyone that participated. Also, for anyone that's not yet with our community, I can tell you, like, we certainly have the best tech, but you know, you can come for the tech, but I'm certain you will stay for our community. So thank you very much, everyone, for being part of Starknet. And last but not least, next time we see each other is at Starknet CC Istanbul. Here are some free tickets for everyone. Well, it was a link to meet in November. I guess the organization wants to keep the tickets. But anyway, we have those available. Meet us in the team. If anyone is interested, yeah, please join us over there. A lot to showcase there as well. So thank you very much, and see you around.